Hello, everyone. It is Thursday. We will be thoughting and arting. I was going to do some stuff, but we're going to actually, P's got some new things. She's going to do some things to the things.
And I got some things.
And then there's more other things. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
Welcome, everybody. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you were here. We like to know that you were here because we are an arty-friendly bunch of folks. It's also how I know that you were here, and then I can say hello to you because then you show up in the list. Thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's that little like button down there. You go boop, and then you're like, hey, I liked it. And then if you're feeling real frisky, like I say, share it with your friends. That means you just hit that share thing, you copy that little link, you can put it over, like you can message it, you can put it on your Facebook page, you can share it in Makers and just be like, hey, I'm here, I'm watching this thing and having a good time. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can even do it underneath the one that we've already put in there. It counts.
All of it counts.
All of it counts. If you're new to the channel, do all that YouTube-y business that one does, because that's over there underneath P, you know, right about where her hand is. There's a subscribe thing, and then you can ring some bells. We do this 4 times a week. There you go. Now, it is April 10th. That means 2 days ago, your partners were announced. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's over in the Makers. That's Makers to Mix Media Art in our Facebook group. That's our Facebook group. I just talked about that. That's where I post this thing, and then you can click that thing, and then you can post on that thing. Lots of things. There we go. I'm going to say hello to everybody. We've got a Seminole Mind. That is Sue. Alice Goes Nomad. Hello, Alice. Art Curious by MNW. That is Miriam. Carrie Griffiths is in the house. I very much enjoyed your 10 things about you today. That was a good one. Colleen is here. Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Elizabeth. Emma. Griffin Shell. Ingrid. Jeanette, a.k.a. Jeanette. And tell hello to your sister as well. Jennifer, Kimberly, Lexi, Linda, Lizzie Jean, look. Hey, and by the way, so P gave up the one because she's like, hey, if it's Brad's, it's Brad's. And Brad has enjoyed it very much. So thank you. And then Izzy ended up, she's like, well, I want one. So this one over here bought one for her birthday. And then we all ended up with little mushrooms, which are super duper cute and wonderful.
Toppers.
Anyway,
straw toppers. Who knew?
This is how all this stuff happens. Anyway. Okay. Joni Marone is here. Jenny. Okay, I think I may have said y'all. Let's see. Kimberly, Lexa, Linda, Liz Genius, Lori Girl, Lydia, Marguerite, Patricia, Penka, Robin, Sepha is here. Tegan, the Shelley Studio. That's Margle. Tina Schweinberg. Tutu Halle. That is Tammy. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. Just give me some extra pinky hello hands. Like Margie did. See, Margie just pinky helloed hand there. All right. Cool. Now, it's Thursday thoughting time.
Thursday thoughting. All right. So,
They're knocking like the police.
It's the doorbell.
That's the doorbell.
It's much nicer than the other one that we had.
Yeah, and that one died. And then luckily the Ring has one that you just plug in, which was great because we did not figure out, like, you know, the one that's, you know, installed in the house, like how it works and why it didn't work anymore.
Well, okay, so I'm going to be thoughting, and but
she got a pile of things there.
I got a pile of things, but I'm just going to start off with the thoughting, and then we'll bring in the other stuff because it all, as everything I do, it all, you know, comes around.
All comes around, y'all.
Comes around and goes around. So, first of all, thank you, all of you out there. If you sent things, if you sent cards, if you sent wishes.
Another banger of a birthday.
Oh,
Everybody that's come over to the house, they're like, people send you things?
Yes. They're just, Nathan is just,
yeah.
You know, he comes over and
so
where's that? Wow.
People send you things?
And
yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
But I would like to say, right off the bat,
she's been busy stringing beads and things.
I made these this morning, and I would have made more, but I can't find my tiger tail.
Is Ann here? Ann? Did I see Ann Webb?
Yes.
This came as a birthday thing yesterday.
Yes, and I love these are tiny coochie coins. I have big coochie coins, but I've got
trying not to be
some ideas anyway.
About that.
I will talk about that. I just wanted to read this one quote to you because we're going to go into Mariah's ocean.
My ocean.
Again.
We're diving back in.
Yeah.
We didn't fully cover it.
Not
my ocean is deep.
Deep? Yeah. The Mariana Trench.
Uh-huh.
The bravest thing you can do when you are not brave is to profess courage and act accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Cora Harris. Now, I think that is something to live by right now because I don't know. You know, we put a sign out in front of the house supporting a young man. Everybody's younger than I am. For councilman. And, you know, it's something that you really kind of think about because I do know people who have had bad things happen when they represented someone who wasn't of their particular political affiliation.
Well, the thing is councilmen, they really aren't. They don't express one way or the other, but
No.
he is also of a, well, he's Sikh. So understanding what different religious backgrounds and things like that come into play, not everybody understands all of that. And so it was really wonderful to, number one, meet him, and what a super duper nice person.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and
yeah,
I went into it with reservations. I really honestly did. And I know that some of my stereotypes that I brought to the meeting, I just was very honest and told him I have these concerns. And he didn't miss a beat.
No.
Did not miss a beat. He says, you know, justifiably so. Let me put your mind at rest. Let me explain this. And, you know, the conversation, we've got to have conversations.
Hi, Sunny.
We've got to have this sharing back and forth. And this is what happens here.
We share. We love upon each other.
And I feel like I'm the beneficiary. I feel like I get a lot more than I give. And I guess that's good because it motivates me to do better and push it a little bit more and maybe do some things that I really don't want to do because I'm not really good at that. So that's the plus part of that. And I don't ever want to take that for granted because that's where you get into a lot of trouble. And I know Mariah, when we talk sometimes, I take her kindness and love and generosity for granted sometimes. I really do. And I'm guilty of that, and I think that.
Well, part of that even comes as just being a mom, and, you know, it's
proximity. We live together.
Yeah, and then just the kind of hierarchy of, you know, mother to daughter, you know, hey, she does, just because she's older doesn't mean she knows better.
Not always. No, it doesn't. I mean, I like to think it does, but it doesn't.
See, that's not, what I was talking.
Not necessarily true. I think it's so interesting. One of the gifts I received, and
oh, Lizzie Jean, thank you. She says that you give so much.
Well,
okay.
I feel like, yeah, I don't want to go there because my eyes are already messed up. And let me tell you about used books. I love used books. I love the way they smell.
She's a book sniffer.
And I smell them. And this one smells so interesting. It has a little bit of sweetness.
Well, I could be messing with your eyeballs too. I mean, you know,
I don't know, but it's a wonderful book. And look at it. It's the Dictionary of Thoughts. And what I have a Bartlett's Book of Quotations. I really do. And I mean, I even know where it is.
I love that. So, and I even know where it is. I have that, and I know where it is.
What's different about this one is it has a select finder with cross references, a thesaurus index. Now that's really cool. Okay, let me give you an example here. Okay, so
hi, Jocelyn.
No, I'm not going to say abstinence. That's not a very good one. How about action? Okay, action.
The only thing she's abstaining from is cleaning.
This is very true. And my only problem with this book is I needed the larger print. Okay, action, inactivity, and it just lists deeds, employment. Yeah, okay, I can't read the rest of those, but anyway.
Need those readers. I should bring those readers up here for it. The type is tiny.
It really is. But I'm going to go to the eye doctor because I've been having trouble with. I
keep telling her half of it's allergies right now because they are strong. My eyeballs have hurt and been itchy and watery. So yeah.
Anyway, that was just whacked down on the chair. Nothing.
Nobody's hurt. We're all good. Nothing fell over. Not yet.
Nothing was damaged. Okay, now also what came was it was a lovely box, by the way, which I kept. Did you keep that box? That was a really good one.
Which one?
The one that my book came in.
I don't know. Is it still up here? I haven't thrown anything away. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I mean, was this recent?
It's sort of neat a shirt that says, "The more you go, the more you know."
That's to the library. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a very good person that goes to the library.
Oh, Izzy saw it. She's like,
I purchase my books because I write in them. And they frown on that in the library.
Yeah, it's rude.
And I can't sit and read through a whole book all at once. Because that's not how I read.
Cycle. Like,
I have to read and then assimilate the thoughts. But what I thought was interesting is that book came at the same time, and Mariah brought me this, and she says, I feel kind of weird about...
Oh, Colleen, that was sweet. She says, it took me a long time to realize that my daughter was an adult woman. I had to get the child out of my head and start treating her as I would a dear friend. That is really... Yes, we had there was time when it was this transition of, you go, okay, thank you for the advice, but I got this. It may not necessarily be the way that you want it to be. There's still some family members that I have that are under the impression that I should still be listening to them. We don't really talk anymore. There's not.
And I think that is one of the most difficult things that parents do.
Hi, Nadine.
Is reaching that point where they give their child the grace of being an adult.
Yeah.
And I do think that it isn't always an age thing. Because sometimes, I swear to God, Izzy sometimes is just
sometimes
beyond brilliant.
Well, sometimes she's more mature than this one over here.
Well, yeah. We will. We are not going to, depending on what we're talking about. And if we're talking about if you eat my ice cream, I'm going to.
Oh yeah, they had a thing about the cake.
I made it known that it was my birthday cake, and I got to eat the last piece.
But she would have absolutely no problem eating somebody else's last piece of birthday cake. And she's like, yeah, that's pretty much right. If you leave it long enough, it will be eaten.
Yeah. And I just I keep my eye on things in there. And yeah. It's been there long enough, I can eat it. All right. So, when I read this over, because Mariah, she just did this for herself for her thing that she's going to do. And I said, I think this is really wonderful. I think we should talk about this today. Because you probably are just going to read through it and not spend a lot of time on it. And I think we should spend a little time on it.
Okay.
Because this is the ocean thing. Okay?
Yeah, and I think it was a little tricky the other day. Well, number one, it was a new concept to me. And it was something that I was looking up. And
I didn't understand it.
Right. I think a lot of us kind of had, even... I
didn't even know where it's coming from.
Well, and even because I was really... I kid you not. The day before... I pulled up because I was like, okay, I got to think about this Facets thing. And I was, because this is the collage prompt from Eddie that's over there in Makers. That's Makers and Mixed Media Artists Facebook group. And I really loved this, concept. But then, turning this concept, this thing that somebody says, hey, here's some prompts. The whole idea is this Facets. What are the different parts of you? And then he did put some other visual representation in there of even in the background, there's the be like a crystal thing, and they're facets to jewels because it's many-sided, and aren't we all as people? You know, it's not just these one things. And then P and I were talking earlier today about how, you know, it was kind of a big ask for me to throw that out to you guys in the chat to, you know, be able to say, you know, hey, yeah, Mariah, we know you so well. Here are the different things. I don't know that, you know, some of you know me better than others. Some of you I've met in person, but very briefly. Some of you I've talked to in depth via online, but, you know, again, that doesn't, and then you get what you see here. There's always more to other people. There's the person that you are to you, and only you know that person. So that's very, that was a big ask. And even for us to understand, you know, then just to take that concept, then apply it to this whole other thing, this ocean deal. And then we were trying to understand just the words there and what it was prompting us to engage with. That was a lot to kind of all come together at once. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Mimi. Hi, Christina.
You know, when Mariah's going through that and talking about that, and she talked about that, you know, we all have another side that you don't necessarily share with other people, or you share with very few people. And it's a trust issue.
Yeah.
A lot of times it is a trust issue that, you know, I don't know if I know you well enough to tell you this. I don't have that problem. I tell people all kinds of things. I can sit down on a bench at the airport and, you know, talk to anybody and say outrageous things to them and, you know, not worry about it.
Some of that she gets just entertainment out of.
I do. And I know that's kind of sad because, you know, I figure it's baptism by fire. If they hang around and they're inquiring more, then it's worth talking to them. And if they don't, well, it's just as well that they left, you know. And, yeah, you might as well just get that over with right away.
Yeah, this is a good little feeler.
Why spend all this time, you know, doing this courtship thing when you know that you just got a gut feeling that this ain't going to go anywhere, folks. So I'm just going to, you know.
Yeah.
Right there. All right, let's talk about this. All right, so the ocean, this whole thing.
Do you want me to go topside?
Well, I kind of do.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know that.
There we go.
And I will admit, I knocked.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I see that it got it a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad.
Okay, I knocked it when I was moving stuff around here. All right, so here's the, you know, short version. Here it is, translated into more specific.
Well, ocean is like, so that's what it stands for: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, extroversion. What is that? Extroversion.
Yeah, it's whether you're an extrovert or an introvert.
Right. Agreeableness and your neuroticism.
Neuroticism.
How neurotic you are.
Yeah.
Notice it says low.
Well, it's just. Yeah,
I really could have felt like I might be medium.
So these are just, this is categories.
Hi, Mark.
So then, you know, this is the facet of openness that Mariah has. Conviction through creativity. I think that's great. Now, tell me how you arrived at that. I don't get that.
Okay, so this is very, now, and I know, like, this is one of those things. I am also still unsure and also very intrigued with ChatGPT and the AI kind of involvement of things. For many reasons, and we can go into that some other day, but I just like to preface that, you know, I do utilize it. I utilize it for our company. It is a time saver. It has allowed me to grow even as a writer, because I write a lot of emails and all kinds of things, and like for whether it's, you know, for YouTube or whatever, I write a lot of things. It has made me a better writer, because I don't just say, oh, well, tell me this thing. I write things, and then I go through a editorial process, and I used to do it with P, but she used
I
to get
thought-
really, like, number one, just time-wise. Sometimes I
then
need
we
it.
would go back and sometimes we would go back and forth for days. You know, I would rewrite it, and then Mariah would look at it again, and she said, "Well, this is not really exactly what I meant, but this is close." And you know, I mean, it would just this back and forth exchange.
But what is very interesting from it is because once you start to kind of interact with the modeling, and then because like I said, I would use it for different emails and things that I have written online, offline, to friends, all sorts of interaction I have had with this whole editing process, along with like our website and who we are and the just about us type situation. So it has a lot of information. And so what I did is I asked it, I said, okay, well, based upon the ocean trait, facet, those things, and pulling from all of my previous inquiries, how would that, what would it extrapolate
so it
from
took all of the writings that you've put into it so far, and it came up with these things.
Yes.
With this list over here on the extreme.
Well,
left.
no, the ocean traits, that is the ocean thing.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody, it gauges your openness.
So see, the ocean, the reason it says ocean is to see it's the OCEAN.
Right. But what you would need to do if I were going to use this particular thing, I would have to write in some things.
Yes.
It would have to have background of like a body of background.
Yes, and I think that like whenever you are
I did not understand that.
And I think it's because there's a whole thing, like there's a website, there's a book, I'm sure there's probably even a test.
Oh.
Because I just didn't dig that deep into it. I just said, I need something that will kind of be an interesting way to pull in that information and put it in
and apply it to the facets of the. Okay,
yes.
all right. Is that helpful? I hope that's helpful. It's helpful to me. And I can't read that right now. My eyes are not able to focus on that. I'm doing the best I can right here.
Yes, Colleen, and that is exactly right. That is a great point. When you are playing around with it, you need to read everything that it is giving back to you. Because it is important that, especially when you are asking it for factual information or anything like that, it does source things, which is great.
Oh.
But you need to go and double check that. Sometimes it makes up things. It is only as good as the information it has, and then sometimes it's just interesting how it comes back at you. So it is still very important that you as a person interact with it with that in mind, that you can't just fully trust what all of it is getting back to you.
All right. I feel so much better. I mean, I understand a lot of this stuff.
Yes, and so see, the ocean model refers to the big 5 personality traits. That's the openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and the neuroticism.
Okay.
So see, we're all getting.
So we go openness, and Mariah's conviction is through creativity. That's how she opens up to people.
Yes.
That's how it happens. She reflects high openness through deep engagement with abstract ideas, artistic exploration, and a drive to create meaning and dialogue through art. I mean, that's wonderful.
I know.
That is just, it encompasses everything. And, and it's succinct to the point, and I think it just really nails it. I'm very impressed with that. Because I do think that all of these abstract ideas and making those abstract ideas concrete to somebody else, or being able to express it with the use of color.
Right.
And Mariah's consistent. I mean, you can pull all of her books out here, and we could pull all my books out of here, and we could talk to you for 5 minutes, and you would be able to tell me which one was which. Okay, next one, conscientiousness. She is a resilient educator. I love the word resilient.
And I thought that was interesting. Now, you have to understand that some of this actually will be personality that is probably pulled from you as well. Because you have to think, like, a lot of the previous writings and things, once again, my editor was her. Because, and even throughout our website and in previous writings and all of that, that was mainly her. I have acquired that tone in some ways with a little spin. Like, she gets really upset when I'm more conversational when I write. But she does it too in a different way. Have you noticed that? And maybe now that I'm telling you, you can kind of like maybe reflect back on some certain instances.
I understand what you said, because once Steve told me, he said, Patricia, you write like you speak.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear your voice when I read your words.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that...
And not everybody does that. Because you get to a point where you write in a more, like, institutional.
Formal voice.
Formal, yeah. And a large... In fact, probably about 90% of what we have produced as far as writing between us, even on our website, I always wanted it to feel like you know us. I want you to feel like I'm having a conversation with you versus just this, hey, this is about us. Yeah, there's a story. There's always a story.
Let's make a cute card here today, or some kind of like that.
Yeah.
We're a little deeper than that.
So it's really funny that like the resilient educator thing, I think some of that is actually being pulled from the voice of you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so the connection to this is the resilient educator. Embody structure.
Now that's me.
Oh my. Responsibility and persistence in mission-driven work, especially in navigating pushback while continue to educate and advocate. I mean, seriously, we were just talking about this, and I told Mariah, I said,
hi, Sonia.
When I need you to help me is I'm overwhelmed by this pile of stuff back here. I can't, I don't even know where to start. And part of this is I've never been very good at this. I have to force myself. And then when I do, it's like I create a 3-inch thick volume of information on all of my beads. Yeah. I just dive down deep and, and
once she's in it,
the rest of my life goes to hell.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm,
the books stack up, the mail stacks up, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm washing rocks instead of dishes. Kind of thing it is. And I love that she does that, because, I think that that's one of the reasons that our partnership works. We each have facets of personality that we fit. It's like Legos. We can fit together.
Yeah.
And it works. All right. Extroversion. Curious connector. While not traditionally loud, this reflects social energy, outreach, and engagement with diverse voices, creating bridges across media and communities. And I think, there's a lot going on right now where this skill is being used. Very definitely. And if you don't have it, really, it's something that you perhaps... Mariah's much better at this than I am. Creating bridges. I have a tendency to burn them. Agreeableness. Well, we all know. Relational integrity. What a wonderful word.
I know. I liked that too.
I really like that. Relational integrity. Shows a strong sense of empathy and respect.
They were, just to pause, because I know you will love this, and I'm writing it down. T-shirt. I'm washing rocks, not dishes. I'm a rock washer, not a dishwasher. Something like that. I'll work through that.
Shows a strong sense of empathy and respect, tempered by honest communication and a willingness to stand in truth rather than please everyone. I love that. And that just takes a special skill to call someone out without alienating them in the process. I'm an alienator. I just don't really give a
padootie.
A padootie. I figure it's your problem if you. Yeah. Okay. I don't own it. You do. Neuroticism. Well, mine. This depends on what subject matter we're on, but Mariah's is through progressive advocacy. Give me a progressive every day of the week. Indicates emotional resilience even when advocating for progressive causes amid criticism. You stay grounded and focused on long-term vision. It's
I thought that was very
easy to just emotionally explode. But to just step back 2 steps, take a deep breath, and look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm better at that than I used to be, but I am because Mariah reminds me. You know, this is really, come on. Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you gotta.
Anyway, you all have seen this and you can take screenshots of it, but I think it's wonderful, and I'm so happy we had this conversation to explain to me from whence it came.
And a better understanding of, and I think on Monday, when I get back into the book of building all of this and putting it together, it's going to come together pretty cool. I have some ideas about that. Hopefully, even over the weekend, I can get some of it prepped and ready. So that way we can just mainly do the fun part of assembling it, and then I can talk through the little different things.
Well, and I need to address the papers more, because while it's a good start, it's not there yet. And we're going to do a whole lot more, and I have some wonderful surprises for you.
Yeah.
All right, Ann Webb, I don't know if you showed up.
I agree with that, Colleen.
I don't know if she showed up but a lovely belated birthday card. Look at these one.
On here, and I'll hang it up.
Wonderful mark making things here.
You okay? You want some my water?
I've got some water, but anyway, Anne, this is just so wonderful, and I want to know your source for the envelopes and the cardstock.
Jeez, the source.
Because I really love this deckled edge.
Yeah,
you don't know how much I love the deckled edge. And then the deckled edge is also over here.
Oh, there.
So this is a lovely piece of paper that could be used.
Mm-hmm.
So don't throw that. I'm not going to let you have that envelope.
Yeah, you just keep your envelope.
I've got a pink one that you threw away and I dug out of the trash. Yes.
Now she's mentioned it twice.
Yes. Okay. Now, let me just tell you about these little jobbers here. I don't know if any of you are beaders.
Y'all beaders?
But you can buy things, like this for keeping your beads in. I have some little triangle things, and I don't know where the hell they are, but somewhere.
We're back to the...
actually work better unless you're working with white beads.
Pudding.
And if you're working with white beads, I've got some black ones down here. Now, this is lumpy and bumpy, and when I got it, it was beautiful. It was
all back to... I mean, she got it in a smaller box.
It was absolutely wonderful, and I wanted to get it back in here so just have a little bit of the effect. But I also put some more of my stuff in here because when I reorganized the beads and made this necklace today and these earrings today, this morning, I found some other stuff. And I would have made another necklace, but I didn't have any more. I didn't have long enough tiger tail.
Oh.
These are sand cast beads.
She loves these.
I have some of these somewhere. Mine are not exactly like this, but they're very similar, and I know about them because they're from I think, Crubo.
I love that you know these things and you can remember this stuff.
But these are they're wonderful. they're beads that have been recycled and anyway, they're wonderful beads, and if you have a chance, you should get some.
No, she doesn't really do that.
What?
Wire wrap. Not a ton of that.
Nah, I did do a little bit of wire wrapping when I did my twig design.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't say that she's like heavy into it.
Oh no, nothing like the one that
Rhonda gave
the beautiful labradorite.
Yeah, that brooch thing.
Yeah.
Or, pendant.
Yeah. And then I made the rest of it. Okay, I'm not going to open this because I'm afraid I'll tear it. I love these. I actually have had some of these before. They were slightly smaller than this. And I have some ideas for these with some other black beads, but I have to...
Wait, we got to deal with the situation.
We have a situation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now, this is one that I was talking about. The coochie. They're from Afghanistan. And I have...
Rhonda wanted to know, are those wood or are they like a nut seed?
They're wood. They're actually wood. They're you can tell they've got wood grain.
Ah.
But then they're just these little divots that are painted. Chucked out and painted. Aren't they? I love them. All right, so these are ones that Anne sent. And
wood.
They're I don't know, some kind of polymer plastic whatever.
That sounded like wood.
They could be. I don't know.
And I would say just judging by the sheen on them.
And they're very...
That's wood.
I know that they're vintage. They very well could be wood.
Clicked it on her teeth. That's,
yeah.
Because you can hear it. You can really
Actually,
usually
you can
tell.
feel it up through,
that too.
through your
I mean,
brain.
if it's you.
But there's 5 of them, which I thought was really...
Rhonda wanted to know if you licked it. Well, I mean, no, it's not a rock.
No,
you should lick a rock.
It's not a rock.
You click a bead.
But I could lick it. Yeah, it's kind of... It's more of a matte finish. And I love it. It's like a bead, like dry beads.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Candy.
So then I had this necklace, and I was going to redo it and incorporate. But look at this. Look at that with those beads.
Look at that.
I don't have it long enough dadgum wire to do it with. I might just have to break down and order some. But I've got another, this other necklace that I had in here.
Oh, Dawn
broke.
Says they might be bone.
Oh, they could be. They could be. But anyway, I've got all of these little coochie coins in here.
Grace says, depending on how vintage, licking is not recommended.
This is true. You could be getting
some lead.
Lead or, you know, some horrible disease. Anyhow, I've got this in here that I can work with and use the rest of the beads from here and make this into a totally awesome necklace. Okay, so there's, but look at this cloth. Whole bunch of little wooden beads.
They go with the other beads.
They do go with the other beads. Now let me tell you about this. You can actually stain or paint these.
Yeah.
I've done that before. But these go with these.
Well, when we dye my clothes, you could throw a little handful of them in there just to see.
Could. See how that works. Oh, that would be... the only problem is if you put them on and you sweat, they might... I don't know that. And
don't put them around your neck area.
Yeah, don't go swimming. Okay, so I was very pleased. Down in this bunch of stuff here that's sort of metallic was a gold S clasp, which I was most thrilled to get.
Yes.
And I have big ballet beads, and it's Baule. I don't know that I'm saying that right.
Alice says that dried avocado seeds could be used to make beads like wood.
Absolutely. I've actually made buttons from avocado
Those
seeds.
little face
I
ones?
carved them and drilled holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Broke them in two so that you had half. It was on that one jacket. I don't even know if we have that anymore, but it's a really cool jacket. Okay, so these, the counterparts to these were these. And these have little dragons on them. I don't know if you can see that. And then these are lotus flowers.
We're glad you're back, Mary Ellen.
And, you know, faux cinnabar. And you don't want real cinnabar because it's poisonous. There
you go. Don't lick the cinnabar.
Bunch of cool, different shaped bowly beads.
Oh, Mo says she thinks that you have a book with an avocado button that she made. Or you made. Maybe that's what button she made. Yeah.
Well,
oh, was it the one that you gave to... It was the one that you gave to Susie. But that was a wooden bead, wasn't it?
No, that was a horn.
Horn.
Yeah. But anyway, here's the other one, like the ones that are in my ear.
Okay, you need to come, you know. There you go. Ooh. Dragons.
Yeah.
See that, Rhonda?
Yeah. But such cool beads. And these, I love these because they make such wonderful. Hear that?
They do jingle. Mm-hmm.
Nice little jingle when you put them together.
Yeah.
And I've got some like this, bigger. But it's amazing the variety that you can get using this concept of the hollow. And I mean, each one of these is made. You know, and you can hold them up together. And I mean, yes, they're very similar, but they're not exact.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of hard if you don't have. It's hard to do these with string because the string gets caught up inside there. You need something kind of stiff.
Yeah.
Just shove through there. Look at that.
Look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Now there's some little square ones in here. And I've got some like these.
Alice says, so many beads, so little time.
So little time. And there's 3 different sizes of the leaf thing.
But she made sure she got those ones strung before the stream. She even changed her outfit. Just like, I'm wearing these.
But I'm going to make earrings out of these. Aren't these wonderful?
Mm. Yes, and make them dangly enough.
That you can see them way down here. Yeah. But I've got to figure that out and access more of my beads. Well, anyway, and look at these. Oh, these are so cool.
Oh, that's
Izzy loved these.
Yes.
These are some more of the sand.
Yes. Those are lovely.
Form, and they are. And look at the interesting patterns and stuff on them. They're very dry and they're very textured. They feel very like coral.
Hey, Mama Gigi. Hey, Carla.
I think that these are very old. I don't know that for sure, but I just feel like that they are, but they're wooden. You can tell by the way the orifice, the hole, is kind of worn around the outside edge.
Down. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Paula says the ball beads were used as weights and measures for weighing and valuing gold in West Africa.
Oh.
Hi, Holly.
Oh, how interesting is that? Okay, these little hands, look at these little bone, and you can tell because they're slightly, you can feel a little bit of the bone on the back.
All right.
And they just are so lovely. I can't wait to do something with these. And I wanted to spend more time on this, but you know, Sister Susie came to visit us.
She did.
And I had to pay attention. Look at this one. Look at this coochie coin.
Hey, you still have the envelope the stuff that Sue sent, because I had it over here.
Is it in that box on top of the chair there? Over there against the wall?
Could be.
But these are little amber beads, and my sister brought me some of these back from Nepal. So I do know about these, and I have my amber necklace that I wear all the time. And you can tell because it comes in different colors, amber does. You can have kind of that yellow color.
Well, Sue, I swear I had it. And yes, it did stay on there. She wanted to know about the sticker because, you know, she made the cool stickers. See, and I have my bag of stuff. The cool stickers that Sue sent. And it traveled well. It was on there perfectly and was just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the envelope. She may have, she takes it because she thinks I'm going to throw things away. So she may have stuffed it under her desk. So I have to dig over there.
I'll dig
but
around.
it was a manila envelope.
Yes.
A biggin.
A biggin. All right. Well, anyway,
she did.
I can't thank you enough. Anne is a fellow Texan, and we need to get together and.
Yes, I told her she needs to come and hang out and chit chat with y'all via the stream.
Yes.
We've met her once. Sort of, but not. She likes the idea of the jewelry. She will wear it for about 10-15 minutes. And then it just ends up either like, on the counter or wherever. She's not fully committed. I can kind of remember being that way as a kid. And yes, it is called a coochie bead. And you're allowed to chuckle about that if you want. Because it makes me chuckle every time she says
it. That isn't too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Do it another few times. You'll really have it.
I really will. Okay. Anyhow. All right. And I don't know who sent me these. Mm-hmm. There was no gift.
Oh, no. Okay. Hey.
There was no...
Sonia, you here? You still listening? She wants to keep these.
Oh, these were Sonia's? She didn't send them?
Well, she sent me stuff that it was accidental, and then so I shipped it off to her, but these came afterwards. So,
I didn't know
she likes
that.
them. She's gonna
I thought, how does she know I love these? Because I have a whole box of these myself. I'm getting kind of low, so I was very happy to see them show up. And the other nice thing about them, they're a lot finer.
She loves a finer point
than my others. My others, I never can remember whether it's a big number or the little number. You know? Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know if I was supposed to keep those, but I am because I love them a lot. So, whoopsie.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you can see I've been busy here.
Yes. Are we moving on into the new things and who's it?
We are.
All right, very excited.
We are.
The art's starting. Look at us.
We are starting, but I need to get rid of some old stuff first because people were talking about this.
People were talking about this. People were excited.
And I felt very successful, and I didn't poke at it. But look at that.
Okay, you gotta hold it up and give it a Look at that. Look at that crackle, and she has crackle of all sorts.
I've crackle that's cracking off.
I'm
going to have to figure out something.
Do you guys have suggestions for that? My thought was just a nice little layer of, matte medium or even gloss medium. I think you should actually do the gloss medium.
See there where it's flaking off. Can you see that little loose piece there? And I'm afraid to use glue because I think it's going to cloud it. She
didn't poke it. She didn't mess with it.
Yeah.
And amazingly, that's how it crackles.
And I love these places, but they really are coming off.
Well, I think the whole idea is that
I might have got a little heavy-handed too.
Well, and it's on top of paint. So, that's...
Well, tis a thought.
Maybe next time a little layer of texture of the clear texture gesso will help it hold on. Gotta hold on.
something that has a little tooth to it.
Right, because I think
that's pretty slick. Good thinking, Mariah. All right, you don't know how I was to see these because I have these in stencil form.
So it's so funny, like, you know.
And I've been asked. I asked.
Well, Brad was like, well, because I told him, I said, he's like, well, what else could we do with dots? Because he was all fired up because we showed a lot of dot stamps the other day. And he's like, well, I mean, we've got so many other things. So, like, what can we do? Because people were asking for things. We have like a little break in time. Sometimes I hate telling y'all this, that, you know, we have a little break because it's nice because this is when we can get, you know, next month's stuff done and whatnot. But here we are. Anyway, no worries. We love orders. We really do. It's how we keep the lights on. That's right.
And food in the fridge.
That's right. But then, so he was real inspired by the dot thing. So he went a little dot crazy.
And you don't know how because I attempt to do this. And what I love about this is I've got little dots, I've got big dots. And if I need to move them around, I can, because that's what I love to do when I'm doing my, you know, pointing business. And I told Mariah, I said, you know, I'm going to do that with the other thing that Brad.
They really should tell you that on the directions. They should say, it's like rice. Don't lift the lid. Don't poke at it. Don't do anything to it. Walk away. Let the timer go off. And whatever that timer is.
Don't lift the lid.
Don't poke at it. Don't stir it.
Brad's terrible. He's the worst.
I don't think that's true. And
he looks at it. I've seen him look at it.
And then Van looked at it the other day.
Oh my gosh, and I snapped his head off.
I know you did. I heard you.
I said, it's a clear, I love the clear lids, you know.
Yeah, you can see it.
You can see. I said, all you gotta do is look down in there. Don't be.
Now, sometimes what I do is because of the condensation, I shake the little lid so that way I can see in it better. I don't know if that's, you know.
All right, well, I can't, anyway.
Darcy.
All right, I'm just going to show you this, because this is the one that Brad made that has the strips.
Right, so we have the stacking dots is what it's called.
I don't know where mine is. I'll find it. Here it is.
She showed it the other day.
Never mind. It's got a bunch of stuff stuck.
Oh, well, this is mashup number 3, which he took the stacking dots from that, made them bigger, but then I think he kind of took that idea, but this newest one has more clean circles, and this one is called circular stream. Yeah. You know, who knew that you could just keep making things with circles and it's all different.
And see, look at this. This is the one that I made my little...
And Handy Scandy, are you still here? That's Nancy. Nancy, you still here? I'm going to holler at her for a second if she is. She loves circles and dots. And well, I mean, a lot of our folks do. But she got her stuff. I highly recommend if y'all get a chance to go check out Handy Scandy. She placed an order, plus we sent her a few little items. She has a channel. And she gave us some good loving, and you know we like to give people love back too, you know.
And see, this one was done with this cross hatching, and then this here on this end, and I just moved it up.
Yeah,
moved it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the little center of the
neurosphering of Darcy's.
Yeah, which
see circles.
Oh, but look at that.
Now, that's just the neuro that you then used.
Yeah, I didn't use any of the...
Mm-hmm.
But this is totally a brayer off.
Yeah.
Then I had to show you this one. Put it down, and it married up with the back of this one.
Oh, it sure did.
And tore off a little...
chunk
of it. But that kind of stuff happens. And remember, this was that slow drying... I can fix that, so it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And anyway, I just wanted to show you these because this is kind of what I was doing and thinking about, you know, I need to use these circles on Mariah's paper that she's preparing for her ocean. Now, this also comes in this size also. And what would be delightful about this is if you order this one, then you can cut around these edges so that you've got, and I just got this morning, and I had to finish my necklace.
And we had to, like, number one, make sure that we could get it in because, like, Brad just designed it, like, last night, today. I don't know.
Okay, so how are we going to, I want to use these also because
Hey, Sophia.
I've used the stencil on these until the stencil is completely clogged up. It's one of the reasons I
Yes,
have
and this is also one of those ones that, you know, we love it, but it's also, like, it takes forever to cut. It takes forever to clean.
As a stencil, what about if as a stamp? Does it take a long time to make it? Bing, bang.
Bing, bing.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to go with the larger one just because it has more open. We're not going to use the whole thing probably anyway.
Oh, Spotty Dotties. That's a good name. Dang it. Brad called it Circular Stream, but I like Spotty Dotties.
Spotty Dots.
I might AKA that.
Oh, I
Spotty
do.
Dotties.
Spotty Dotty. That's got a
We
certain...
likes to potty.
Yeah. Kind of a little ring to it. It's, people
We don't
will
bother
remember
nobody.
Spotty Dotty. Whatever that other thing is, I just already forgot what it was. All right. So what do we want to do first?
Mm-hmm.
What we want to do first is we want y'all. I say this. You don't have to stamp last, but it seems to me that's what I mostly do. Save stamping for last.
Well, yes and no. It's either kind of a first or a last. Very, very rarely in the middle.
Yeah, and I could take, and she's got a good paper going here.
Yes, it's Dottie, Miss Dottie's sister. Spotty Dottie.
And I just...
She's sketchy.
This paper is just so flimsy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this because we do have, remember, we have some mixtures that are extremely transparent. So let's just get some stuff going here. Oh, and I have things to pull too.
Wonderful.
I knew you were worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Don't do that. I need to... Oh, that worked out well.
There you go.
Turn that baby over. All right, I haven't gotten rid of the lunar paste here. So I'm kind of having to...
I need to find that other container from that kid that took it. She took off with the tape too, and it has still not been located. And there was words
and
about
I
that
did give her
yesterday.
a really good talking to about that.
And then she came down to me and says, "Mommy, you got more tape for Gigi." I'm still trying to find it. Mind you.
She you know, their idea of cleaning up. You know, they spend 3 hours dragging all this stuff out and about 15 minutes shoving it back into wherever it'll fit, rather than where it's supposed to go. And I just told her, I said, you know, this is the reason that, you know, it's so hard for you.
Yeah.
Is because you never put anything back.
And I had
where it's
designated
supposed
areas
to be.
that was categorized and everything. But see, one just sometimes has to get there on their own.
That they do. That they do. I'm talking to Mariah about, you know, I mean, at one point her room was like a...
Oh, it was terrible.
Archaeological dig.
Oh, I was very messy. I didn't have time for all that.
She had a very busy social life.
It's more just dropping off. Picking up and dropping off. Oh, and thank you, Momo's dropping links to everything that we've talked about, shown.
Well, that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
So basically all that was is that, like, whenever I take pictures, you know, we stamp it so that way it's in the picture of the stamp, because sometimes seeing the actual stamp is very hard. Even though I've come up with the whole thing of putting the one distress ink on there, which is very nice, because then the image does show up. But that was learned later, so we stuck with our process.
This is Lucas.
But anyway, I stamp off the black before I put the gray.
I'm trying to use this up because I need to get more, I need to get more thinner in here. Because it's really extremely stiff.
Okay, Jenny. Thank you. We try to do that. Like, if they come in in separate ones. That's nice. Yeah, and we didn't do that in the very beginning, but that was something we learned later. It was like, oh, you know what? That might be kind of nice.
Okay, I think I got a pretty good boy, and I'll tell you what, did you hear it?
Simply Pimply.
What?
These are good AKAs. Simply Pimply, especially in this color. It kind of looks.
Oh, this is the board, the paper, the
Substrate.
substrate. That
I think that was helping you.
it was not. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of.
No? A fair amount.
Look at that.
That's getting interesting.
I mean, seriously. All right, so now we're going to look at this one. We're going to pick a little bit of this up with just, and this is just really awful. And it looks, you know.
Great, Sophia.
What?
So she says, okay, she's rolling on the floor. Okay, Spotty Dotty, a.k.a. Simply Pimply, a.k.a. There's probably a cream for that.
Hey, and I would be able to tell you what one it is. This is one that Brad gave me. I mean, it has made...
She has been just...
Awesome results on my back.
That's good.
Itchy. And that's the other thing that right now, with the allergies and everything,
It heightens everything.
it just, sometimes I don't have enough hands to scratch all of the itchies. Now that looks a lot greener than it really is. Just give it a break. Give it
Lexi wants to know about the cream. Do you have that one up?
What?
The one that Brad gave you? Do you have it up here? I think you have to order it from the website.
Yes, I have it on my dresser in there. My night table.
Because it's not something that you can get like on Amazon or whatever. But you can order it online.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to put this down right in the middle of all of this business, hopefully. And we're going to get some interesting results. Hopefully it's going to pick up. But also kind of knock some of that pukey pink well, it certainly made that yellow. That wasn't really what we wanted, but this is interesting. Let's see if we can pull this with one of these.
I didn't see it.
On my night table?
I think you had it downstairs, remember? I don't know if you brought it back up.
May have. Okay, well, I totally screwed up this one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you did.
color-wise, I did.
It's all right.
Sorry. But maybe, you know, I can redeem myself on this one. Now, one down here. Strange thing is in the mix.
Well, she is trying to stick to the color combo somewhat.
I really, honestly am.
Yeah.
What did I... Oh, there it is.
I was going to say, I think Lexi was, yes, theoretically sewing. Now, careful. I really do like the stripy paper.
Well, you have another one?
I don't think so. That's okay. We're working through it.
It may take a bit.
Ah, Sophia is, she just finished an experimental collage that came out rather well. She had an idea, wanted to try it, seems to have worked, and she will be posting it in the group tomorrow. Ooh, puckers. Oh, kind of weird with the yellow, but that's all right.
It is kind of weird with the yellow. I'm going to see if
what do you know? I don't know about this.
I'm just picking up this part down here.
My dial-up just went. Oh, it's just scrapbook paper. Like, y'all know you have some scrapbook paper that you just didn't know what to do with. That's actually pretty good. And definitely more dotty than it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what else we've got here that I can put down here. Pick this up with.
Oh, here and I have some kind of. Here's my notes from when I first tried to do the, ocean thing. But if you want to look, this was my stamp off.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. This is really nice.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, I need to get some oopty-doopty stuff down here because,
sometimes you cannot pass that stuff up because, it's paper, and if it's cheap, and if you have a gel plate, you can alter them.
That's right.
We got rid of a lot of our scrapbook paper stuff, just because the pads were taking up well-needed space. But we did keep a fair amount of it as well.
Itchy nose.
Oh, the double-sided stuff, yeah. Most likely that came from Tuesday morning, unfortunately, because that's usually where we would pick up stuff.
This is very thin copy paper, by the way. Oh my gosh, look how wonderful this is.
Yeah, it is. This is just because I printed it out. Like, oh, that's great. Looks a little moldy, but I like it. Don't lick it.
A little bit of green in there. I'm not big on licking mold.
Don't lick the mold.
Not a mold licker. All right, so what do you think about this? And I think you're just going to have to experiment with your pocket.
So, do you want me to kind of run through the whole idea of what I was thinking? Because basically, I don't know if y'all remember from Monday, but I have everything all in pieces because I had done the one page. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to cut it apart because I want to stamp it. And that ended up being, okay, well, now I had a thought that I could put it into 2 spreads. So now it's becoming the full 2 pages, which is great because that's kind of what I've been doing with most of them anyway. And then instead of gluing them just straight down, creating little pockets for them, and then utilizing that whole idea that Carrie had about, putting something in the background. Now he wanted like black paper or whatever, but I wanted to add more funkiness. And so this paper will be in the background and then spreading them apart because they're going to be on 2 different pages. So I can do that. Like we can either leave the negative space from the pieces that we aren't using.
And then we've got this.
Yes. So I think there's going to be, plenty to use, and it's going to probably hurt your eyeballs, but I kind of like that. I like the idea of that. This color combo is just that. It's very all
right, I think
crazy.
I totally screwed it up with the yellow.
Yeah, I don't love what you did with the yellow. It makes me a little sad.
And I don't know how to
remedy that.
But let's try something. After I said that.
Yeah, you can put pink over it. We need
a pink. Bright pink.
Now, that one you kind of added a lot of white stuff to it, so it may be more opaque than...
Really
okay.
not.
Put it thin.
I think you were thinking about this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That, you were exactly right, actually. She mixed the paint the other day.
Yes.
This is not the one. The second one she showed is the one.
This is just Jackson's permanent rose with airbrush medium.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't have any of the Jane Davenport in it.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I thought we needed something with a little bit more punch to it is to overcome the yellowness.
Make it a little more peachy, orangey.
And then maybe those areas where it has the
puckery, yeah, dots.
Those will go more of a
Exactly, Lexi. Exactly. Just as I agree, if it doesn't hurt your eyeballs, then it's not exciting enough. I want the color to punch you in the eyeball. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sophia, I wanted to show you. Okay, so, were the stickers, did that come in the pack of the stuff that Lizzie Jean sent?
That was from Lizzie Jean.
Okay, so check this out. All right, this is a little book that Sophia sent to me a while back. And then and 2 of the stickers I put into my, oh, that's perfect. That was a good save. Fantastic. That kind of brought the lines back, which is fabulous. Good save.
Good save.
But then 2 of the stickers were like kind of sea themed. I put those in my sea themed journal. I'll show those on Monday. Remind me, y'all. Remind me. But look at this. I just, the punchy color, you know, punching you in the eyeballs. But this was one of the other stickers. Here, you want to show it in the, that'll be better. But look at that.
Isn't that great?
That's fabulous. And then, yeah, this little book is one that Sophia made. I'm just going to put stickers and do little collagey things in it.
Ooh.
I know.
I think there was another one of those stickers that would look good with that. Oh, look at that. I've got some papers saved from...
Now, if y'all want to see more like the stuff that Sophia does and you're over on Instagram, you need to check Sophia out on Instagram.
Mariah.
That's where she posts mostly. And then she posts some makers too. But, you know, if you want to just have a concentrated like exposure.
See, this is where I got this idea. And it was subliminal. I forgot I even knew about it. There's that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right?
Okay. I love that little book.
Well, you have one too.
Where's mine?
I have no idea. I'm not in charge of your stuff. Well, I mean, I sort of am, but I don't know exactly.
Well, you're falling down in your job if you don't know where my stuff is. All right, we still got some pink on here, but we're just going to go ahead and pretend like we don't. Because I want to do some...
It is very watermelon-y.
It is very watermelon-y. Now, I think we're kind of, you know, getting into, because I'm putting this down here. See, we need to have more orange.
Yes, the darker orange.
And I think we're kind of getting, I mean, check this out, folks. Look.
Okay, and now I know some of y'all are probably
Mariah.
sick of hearing that. It's perfect. Yeah, but those of you that don't know. So this little card here, this is the Maker's Color Combo, but remember, this is the darker version because this is whenever I printed it on the, you know, darker setting.
Right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bottom part off simply because I don't want to screw up the part that's really good. But we're going to play around here with this bottom part on that.
Okay.
Now, I'm handing you this because I think that that's done.
I agree.
And what I'm going to do on this one, I really anticipate using some more
oh, wonderful.
Because, you know, really, honestly, I don't, what do I do with my little, this just really doesn't hit any of them yet. This one, you know, we've got the orange covered here. We got this pink. And I guess really,
I think they're all there.
They're all there. Look at that.
I think you just need to stamp on it, though, with gold or something. Because we got to bring some shiny in. If you want to stamp. I don't know if you want to stamp. You got 45 minutes.
I've got 45 minutes. Oh, I think I can do it. But, okay. So basically what I'm going to do here.
Oh.
What?
So my book is a twin to the one that Devin Rex for Art has. Yolande. And she's been filling hers up.
What I did with mine.
But yeah, I know. She has one too. Or a book from a Sophia book. I don't know. You probably put it over on the little shelf over there. Maybe.
Upsetting me. Okay, let's use some of this lunar paste stuff. It's kind of in the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. I think
You
so.
know? And you never know when you put it over the top of something. It's going to be slightly different.
Yeah.
Now, we do have this cheddar here.
Yeah.
Which, if we put that over pink, that's probably going to be right where we need it. See that?
We're going to say that yes.
The reason I cut these is you need to put them down right next to.
Yes.
You don't need to have white in between because you can't tell.
It throws you off eyeball-wise, you know. Like,
Yeah,
no.
okay, we're just going to use some of this stuff. I don't know if you're supposed to use it on the gel plate or not, but...
It's just like stencil butter. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to really brayer it out thin.
Oh, so Sophia wants you to know that yours had a large round wooden thing on the front of it attached to the enclosure ribbon.
Yes.
Now she knows.
Yeah,
She's membering.
I'm membering. Okay, that was very, very thin.
Yeah, but I think that's good.
That's
It's
good.
going to be interesting.
Okay, I'm doing it over the top of this one. I'm not grabbing that other one because I don't think it's going to make enough
Hill of
difference
beans.
And I've just got stuff falling off here. I don't know.
And thank you, Mo. Yeah, because we got some new folks in. If you want to know any of the funny things that we say and you're like, it seems like people in chat know what we're talking about, and then you missed the joke, you can find that information over there on that link that that's Cookie Wookie, she just posted there in the chat. And that's our PM isms, our glossary of terms and things that you'll just hear us say, and many things that y'all in the chat have come up with, and we put it over there for just, for these purposes. It's frothy looking. That was what I told Brad to name it. I thought it looked frothy. And the more you stack it, the more
of the mucky muck
frothy.
Here, which really, I don't know that I needed that, but I think you can work around it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hi, Jennifer.
What do you think? Do you think I should go over this with a solid color?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Get rid of
maybe
the
one
white.
of your wash out-ish situations.
Okay.
Or gold.
Yeah, I think I'm
Probably not good with that.
yeah, and I don't think so.
Because it's just going to go over
yeah.
things and yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking some of this sort of kind of orangey color here.
Uh-huh.
And as
It was so funny because I had, just watched your video yesterday, Nancy, and Nancy's Handy Scandy, and she had talked about how much she just loved things with circles. And so when Brad showed that to me today, I was like, well, I think Nancy's going to dig this one.
Oh, now this worries me.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you should do that.
This is just too opaque, but you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
What the hell that is? Wasn't my hair. I don't have hair that color. I stencil back down. And put my
going at it again. All right.
paper back down and get another layer of frothy circles here.
She's swooning.
Well, the colors are there now, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it didn't like...
I'm not loving this
yeah.
yet.
Oh, yes, and Alice was the one who, that's Alice Goes Nomad. She was the one who got me in touch with you, basically. So I do appreciate that because, you know, there's only so much time in the day and, you know, so much one can do and find new people. And even when you try to go searching for new people on YouTube, it's harder than you think because, like, what it offers up is, you know, if you don't know, you don't know.
This is just getting to be, you know, a lot of gobbledygooky.
Mucky
muck. And what we're going to do is we're just going to
pull it.
Yeah. We're going to grab all this with some of my favorite here. Surprise, surprise.
And what's her favorite?
Transparent red iron oxide.
That's good, Mo. And thank you. Mo has put Handy Scandy, that's Nancy. That's her channel link right there in chat. So go check her out. Give her some love.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys come across people that you think, hey, you know, they don't know about PM Artist Studio, they should know about us, and we should know about them, please send me an email.
Well, there's lots of corners that dried out before I got to them. You can see where the white is.
Well, the fan's on and it is warm.
It's warm. Well, that's going to be in it. If I can get some of those black edges, that's going to be some cool looking.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a different direction. That's more on the P side of things. That's how she would do the color combo. That's why she's like, oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
And I hit all the colors all at once. One fell swoop. It's all there.
All there. Look at this.
It only took, you know, half a stream and some mucky muck.
Mucky muck. All right. Now what we're going to do here is just something I really want to use the, what did I do with my...
Oh, that's a great idea, Cheryl.
What?
I like that. She says, next big event we have, we should do a quiz with questions like, what's P's favorite color? Oh, and then I can, what I'll do is then I can hashtag it as the giveaway thing. And if you know, so if you guys have the right hashtag in there, it'll enter you in and then it'll pull from the right ones. Like that idea.
Yeah, me too. I gotta find some dead open paint here. Here we go. All right. Violet oxide. Violet oxide is...
Well, we are coming up, so we, where are we at with the numbers?
I don't glue the thing back down. Sorry.
We're only a couple hundred away from 11,000, I think. It's like 200 or 300 away. So maybe when we do that, usually kind of do it at bigger increments anymore, but, you know, maybe we just need a celebration. Just cause. And that seems, you know. We did one at 10,000. We can do one at 11. Yeah? Patricia's fighting with something over there.
My color swatch on the lid is not sticking down. It was curling up. And I need it on there when I try to find it.
Okay, yeah, about 300. Perfect.
Okay, maybe that's going to work.
Oh, no.
What?
Handy Scandy, she has lost her diamonds and dots. Check with the papers that you stacked up with when you were cutting your ATCs and things, because they might be in with that. See, now I'm helping her find things like I help you find things. Or they're stuck to something. That's always our thing around here, too. Did you look on the back of something? It's probably stuck to it.
I
can't tell you how many times. The scissors. Remember the scissors were stuck to the back of the, like, folder? And she was blaming me.
I felt bad. For a little while. Okay. So that is a
Yeah.
That
Maybe
is
we
an
just do a little.
open paint.
We do need to find loads and loads of subbies. That too. Oh, good. Home safe. Hopefully everything went okay.
I was hoping that this was going to be in kind of the color, you know.
I mean, it's in the wheelhouse.
We're going to see if we can get some stamping going on here.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice. I don't anticipate getting tons of... It's open though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When I say it's open, so the paint that she used there, that was the golden... What is that one? She's just fighting with the sticker on top.
Violet oxide.
So violet oxide is an open paint, meaning it has like extender in it. It's going to not dry very, fast, which is great for days like this, especially. And if you're doing something like what she's doing here with the stamping, it's just going to give you that extra time to work with the paint. That's a little blurry, but how she do when she...
Well, I don't know that you definitely I don't know that you need it to be like
No.
And I'm just looking at this, and this doesn't look all that. I think that what I'm getting here is the oxide.
Yep.
Here, I'm just going to hand you that and let you watch, because I'm not seeing any big paint blobs.
Oh, it's kind of intermixing.
Okay, I want to get this on something else that could possibly be used.
I have tea today. I have tea in my Yeti. I've had way too much caffeine today. I was very fired up this morning. Yeah, hopefully that sound is a good sound. Hi, Angela. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Make sure you give those thumbsy upsies if you would, please. If you're watching in replay, no worries. Let us know in the comments below that you're a replay watcher. We always love to know that. And make sure you give your thumbsy upsies then as well. Tambien. There you go. Is that better? Looks better. I mean, it's still kind of grayish, but it is what it is. Unless you soak it.
I think it's going to be okay. Oh, that was cool. All right, now basically what I'm going to be doing is just texturizing the surface, because what I will do is let this dry.
Oh, yeah.
And then we will pull it with some really sort of awesome
gold
color
or something.
And I think it's going to be wunderbar.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Look at that.
Kind of mappy looking.
It is.
All right, well, that we can't get to today, but we have some other things. And I think this is kind of interesting. I don't know that you can use it, Mariah.
We'll figure it out.
I'm going to let you have this and another
wipey
because I don't think it needs to go to the...
Oh, I'll spray it with some water, too. That'll help.
You remember, I had very, very thin paint on that gel plate.
Yeah.
But I think this looks kind of cool. And, it's in the wheelhouse of that purpley brown.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do to this one before we give up on this, and I've got some other things to pull for y'all. And I do want to get something down on this.
Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Mo.
Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do white. You know, if all else fails, whip out the white.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. Oh, look, we're getting a little bit of the pinky.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
From the iron oxide. Because it was on the brayer and it was still wet.
There's that big fly. Izzy's been chasing it down. I don't know if it's the same one, but we got a big fly in the house. And she's all about capturing it. She would like to make it her pet. Telling you, that kid. She spent about 20 minutes trying to hunt it down last night. Finally, I was like, can you just please go to bed?
Look, Mariah.
Ooh, yeah, I'm digging that.
And look at this.
Oh, that's fab. Yeah.
Okay, now
I'm digging that.
Not completely done. All right, I'm going to take this fun word thing I've got here, which is really, the words are kind of poopy anyway. I mean, they just didn't come out. Wasn't the fault of the stencil, it was the fault of the operator. God knows, we know that happens so much at the time. I'll tell you what, I already tell you, the circle stencil, this is a good one.
This is bricks.
Bricks. With rounded edges.
This is bubbly bricks.
Bubbly bricks.
Oh, that's hilarious. He has been, indeed.
Who? What?
Oh, Eddie. He has been putting out some videos. I think he's taking a little rest. Oh, Mo was digging what was left on the plate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and if you don't know who we're talking about Eddie. He's the king of the nerds. Paula's the queen. There's his channel in chat if you want. Go check him out. A lot of y'all know who he is, but you know, got new people coming in, checking us out. He's a fun one as well, Tambien.
He is. He keeps me righteous.
That should be an Eddie shirt over on his thing. I keep you righteous. That's what P said. Ooh. Very nice.
Isn't it?
This is totally your version of the color combo. I'm digging it though. I think it does not have to be spot on.
It's really hard for me to
keep it cheerful.
Yeah.
It starts getting grungy and dirty and she's like, yes.
Yes.
If it looks like you need a tetanus shot to handle it, she's in for it.
That is an excellent idea.
That should be a shirt,
Had
too.
your tetanus shot.
Have you had your tetanus shot? Then we can be friends, because...
Yeah, this is probably going to salt your eyes. And mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about bringing white back into your design is then you have the chance of bringing in another color.
Yes.
As long as it's transparent. And you notice that I gravitate towards transparency. Now, that is not to say there's a place for opaqueness.
Yeah. Well, and
I mean white.
Jenny was asking about that the other day regarding, you know, knowing, and this is why it is extremely important. We say, get to know your paints, swatch your paints. Know that certain paints, even though they have an indicator on them that they may be one way or the other, depending on how thick you put it on, they may, you know, an opaque paint may end up being more transparent. If you put enough of a transparent paint down, it might be more opaque.
And some of them are like that.
Yeah.
If you don't brayer them out, then they're they're not going to be that. Okay, let's. All right, so Mariah, you think? Do you like this as is, or
I think it needs more. Just put more on it.
just put more? Oh, I love that attitude. Okay, let's get some of this. I don't really. This is this has naphtha red in it, and there's already, you know, we've already got some stuff going on here.
Yes. Now, if you want to know more about these many different colors of pinky, peachy, fleshy, tony colors, P went over that on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yes. Kind of walked you through many of the ones she created prior to the stream, and then she altered one during the stream. And hopefully that is helpful.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, like mixing paint and creating new paint colors sometimes can be a very quick process, but most of the time you got to really work towards it if you're trying to hit a mark.
And here's what, you know, I'm putting this out here and I'm putting it down like this, and I'm thinking it still needs some more yellow on it, and I've been trying to, you know, get it into that ballpark.
Yeah.
And I've just been doing it, you know, we're gonna go
incremental to
and I
full
don't know if
slap you upside the head with some yellow.
The way to go, but it's gonna be bright and sunshiny.
Mo does cast some spells. Darcy's a good spellcaster as well.
But it is extremely transparent, so I'm hoping that maybe will mitigate some of the brilliance of the yellow.
We shall see.
And I haven't, what time is it? I've got stuff to pull too.
20 minutes. Got 20 minutes.
Okay, well, I need to pull some stuff because I've got some stuff down that I want to share with you that's really cool.
Should I video it?
You might.
And are they going to come up quickly?
Yeah, they're little ones.
Okay. Because sometimes I get over there and it's one of those big ones and then it doesn't pull up very quickly, and then I love that. I don't know if we're hitting the color.
Hey, look at those dots.
Look at those dots.
Look at those dots. Hot damn. That's, yeah.
Cheddar, cheddar.
Cheddar, cheddar,
or
better.
Or curly carrot.
Well, I think that's quite marvelous.
And it's still some things down there There's now less things down there. In the strip, yes. Oh, and thank you, Mo. Yeah, this is, you know, if y'all are like, what is this color combo you speaketh of? That is the Maker's Color Combo April 25. If you want to know more about that, you can find out all the details over there in Makers. That's the Makers Mixed Media Art Artist Facebook group. That's our Facebook group. Many of these lovely folks that you see in the chat are members over there. That's where if you want to swap some things, you know, get involved with an ATC swap, Misfit scrap swap, you need to do that. But you got to be there at the beginning of the month because then you got to sign up. And then names or partners are announced on the 8th. So, that's how that works.
I want to make sure that I get my outside edges because I'm going to pull this whole thing with tissue.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, because we ran into that with that one print that was, it was sad because then you had to.
I didn't get the.
But we need to glue it all together and show folks that that is it. I was very pleased with how it turned out, even though we were worried and then we were worried again. You definitely have the color combo happening on the brayer off.
Yeah.
You save that and then stamp on it. If you wondered what kind of paper this is the Carnival Wet Strength Tissue. If you are in the UK, you can order directly from their website. Actually, I think you can even order from their website if you're not in the UK, but I think it comes through a distribution center. That's Carnival Wet Strength Tissue. You can also get it on Amazon. We have a link, but if you can refrain from shopping on Amazon, that is also a thing. We have been doing a fairly decent job. We meaning me. This one over here, not so much. She has been also
birthdaying with
the baby. I'm just gonna tell her she didn't get a birthday.
Look at this, Mariah.
The brayer off is the winner. One. Look at that. That's fabulous. It has all of them on there.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, we'll pull that. What's today, Thursday? Yeah, we'll pull that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
Okay, I just put that down. Let's not pull that one. And that's still wet. Okay, let's look at these little ones. All right, here's some little, what happened to my paper? On the bottom.
Oh,
it electrified itself and put it, yeah.
It electrified itself.
There we go. Look at that. Matches that green. But this is just the leftover that I had when I was doing one of my pointing business. Look at this. This looks like a tortoise.
It is beautiful.
Makes me think of a tortoise. I was trying to find the one that I was pointing on. Oh well,
it's in a different pile.
It's in a different pile. It disappeared. No worries. We'll just
somewhere over there.
Move on. What?
Mo, you know, one of her favorite shows. I just know this about Mo because we've had this conversation before about Grease, and she says it's electrified. You better shape up. Grease.
Oh, the musical. Olivia Newton.
Mm-hmm. John Travolta.
I love that.
Yeah. There are things going on in there.
Oh,
did you see all that happening in there?
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want to film this? No.
I don't know. Like, we keep talking about doing more shorts, but it's...
Look at how gorgeous that is. It looks like tarnished copper. Okay. Oh, I think that one's what I tried to do is I tried to use all of the metallics.
It still worked out.
Tried to use all of the metallics.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, Mo, I got to tell you this about the paper opener. This sucker's sharp enough to rip through tape. So you want to be aware of that edge there. That's nothing to sneeze at. I love it. Sometimes I just hold it in my hand and look at it.
Fondle it.
That sounds a little bit...
Oh, really? It does it.
creepy.
Mm.
Well, I'm glad I didn't tell you to come over and
Yeah.
get this one.
Get to see that I'll be like, nope, can't do it.
Tug and pull.
Uh-huh.
Helps if you hold your tongue just right.
So this particular plate is the sticky one. You need to write on there. This is sticky. And it doesn't matter, like, if it's clean, if it's conditioned, if it's whatever.
Yeah,
it's just we think it spent a little too much time in the sun.
Though. Okay, now this is the silver in the Ara.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? But I put this on, not with the brayer, but with my sponge. You can see the little spongy marks.
I was kind of wondering what gave it the little texture there.
Used up every drop of paint I had.
Wonderful.
I thought so. Now I've got a hoop-de-doo thing there. I'm going to get that off right now.
Okay. Oh, and that's the neurosphering. That's the latest one.
That's the latest one.
That's been altered. If you want this, you have to buy the 5x7 and then cut up the edges on your own. We have faith in you.
And this is with the Era Light Gold.
Ooh. I really like that one. I like the warmth of it. Very nice.
Anywho, I thought that would be an interesting thing because you've got all three of the metallics.
That's Darcy.
Pardon?
Darcy designed the neurosphering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Altered by Patricia.
Oh, there's my burner off. On top of the other one. How did that? Oh, I know. I put it down. Boy, it's going to have some good crackle marks on it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, what do we have here? Oh, this is kind of boring, but...
Some of the desert cracks. Well, that's kind of tough. You might need to condition this plate.
Maybe. It's a new plate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell because I can see through it.
But if your plate does start to get tough like this, you may want to condition it. And if you're asking, what do I condition it with? Mineral oil is the thing that we use. It's just you can get it at the pharmacy. You can get it food grade. Some people use it to condition their cutting boards. But yeah, that's mineral oil.
I think this is also pulling up an awful lot of stuff that you're...
And it's been on there about a day or two.
Been on here since...
Tuesday. It could be the, in the paint, the type of paint.
Well, this is the paint that has a lot of the medium in it.
Uh-huh.
This is the new paint.
Uh-huh.
But see, it's very powdery. It's very matte.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing any of the...
You can use that, Cheryl, yes.
Use? What?
Mineral oil.
Oh, mineral oil. Yeah, we bought some fancy stuff, but we decided it wasn't really necessary.
I mean, we like it because it smells good, but it did cost a little extra.
And it didn't make...
Exactly, Gray. Yes.
It did not make
the
board... Oh,
scented.
sorry. It did not make the board
Don't
smell
get her
better.
started.
Well, better. Okay, here's stars. Let's put something down on stars.
And this was the stars from basically like creating a texture plate because they were
onto, yeah, I put light and fluffy on a piece of black cardstock.
And if you don't know what light and fluffy is, that's the Crafters Workshop light and fluffy texture paste, our most favorite, you know, still to this day. Haven't found anything that we love as much as we love it.
I'm going to use this because I think it will be really...
Stars upon ours. Yes, that'll look
It's going to be mermaidy.
Mermaidy. One of these days, I got a mermaid thing going.
She's got a mermaid thing
I'm
going.
building. Well, I'm gathering. Nothing's been built. It's being gathered. I want you to look for Sue's package, like, once the stream's over, and then I'll message her and show her a picture and stuff. I know it's around here somewhere. She took off with it. It's her fault, Sue. These are very beautiful. So they're kind of in that color shifty category. That's the word I was looking for. Category of paints. Because see, they say that it's like a... That one was the lilac one, right?
This was blue pearl.
And then the other one I think is the lilac one.
Yes.
They color shift. Or known as iridescence, color shift, color change. What's the other one? There's one other.
Iridescent, color shift.
I try to hit all the different brands, what they call their... range. And sometimes what's crazy is you don't really know, but you can kind of see there where, like, the light's hitting it, how different. All right, got 8 minutes.
Oh, I don't know what else I've got here.
Oh, we can end it if you...
I can go back through and see if feeling for my...
What is P's preferred music? Usually like international stuff that you don't even know the words to, like, or I mean, like, you don't. It's in a different language.
World music. I love world music.
Yeah, like all of those CDs that are like, you know,
from different countries all over.
They
the
mix
world.
it up and it's just from all over. She loves those. And I loved it. One of Carrie's questions was about like his music that he likes. And then he's like, just about anything other than like rap. I thought was hilarious. I was like, yeah, that tracks.
I don't like people screaming at me.
I love rap music.
And it's usually misogynistic.
Well, depends, but yes.
Dude, you know, objectifying a woman.
Yeah, that's okay sometimes.
Of
It's
course
rap
it
music.
is. And if you're honest, you know that's true. All right, you're not going to really be able to appreciate this until I pull it because you can't see it subtly coming through the stars. But it will.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I do.
Know what?
Yeah. Well, you're not going to know.
Oh, I'm not going to know?
Cheryl's with you on the rap music. She's not into it. Not her jam.
No, it is definitely.
Debsy says she loves Queen P. Oh, no, rap or punk. Oh, that's right. And I do actually like some punk, but not if it's like real, like, you know, crazy. But some I like.
Like body slamming stuff. I'm not.
But I don't want to, like, I don't want to go experience that because that's scary to me and I don't really like that. Mo likes punk music.
She likes what?
She likes punk music. Mo. She's trying to work that into her vision of Mo.
I am. I'm not succeeding terribly on
Oh, I love bluegrass.
I like bluegrass.
Yeah, this is something we agree upon. Love old country, like 70s country.
The Dixie Chicks.
Love the Dixie Chicks.
Patsy Cline.
Although it's just the Chicks anymore.
We used to drive around and sing Patsy Cline songs.
Oh, gosh, all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, and I want to show this one because somebody asked to see the one with the desert yada yada. There it is.
Hey. What do you think?
Ooh, what? Are they beans?
Okay, they're not in the shop yet, but I guess they'll be later this evening.
Oh my gosh, look at them, look at them, look. Okay, I'm going to stamp some beans on this.
You got 4 minutes to get your bean on.
I can get my bean on 4 minutes. Just stamp on this thing that's ugly anyway.
Beans and brains.
Beans and brains.
Coffee beans on the brain.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Red coffee beans.
Well, I told him that we needed variety of size. Look at those little... He did well. Those are some big beefy beans. Oh, and that's a lovely size, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, I love it. He did good on that. Like, because you can turn them around and they'll, you know.
Well, I should have done this down at the bottom, but I never do
The
anything.
bigger beans.
This is the big bean.
Those are the biggest
This is
beans
the
of all.
Mocho Grande bean.
Super grande bean. Oh, those are good. Oh, I love it. And Lexi, we are working on the other things that had been requested. Yes. Oh, that's awesome, Sunny.
What?
She likes rap and punk, and then she just purchased a book about the history of punk. Holy Frioles. We actually have Trace Frioles as a product over on the shop. I think it's only been purchased maybe like 3 times. But it's stackable. Being like, yeah. Yes, a last minute sneak peek. That's why you show up, you know, hang out till the end. You just never know. Ooh, I love the blue beans in with the red beans. Very nice. And over the pink with the brains. These can also be macaroons.
Macaroons are something
yeah.
completely different.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, show the mixed one too.
The what?
The mixed one too. I don't know. Did you show all of them? There should be 4.
Oh, I don't think I got the middle one.
No, you didn't. That's why Brad's yelling at me to say, show the mixed one. I was like, what?
Crap.
She done missed some beans.
I love how they're kind of haloing out here on this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. There. So you get one of each size in the little mixed bean.
Oh, I love this one.
Well, you're making his day, because I think this was... I was like, no, I just want them in the sizes. This is like the coffee blend.
You have to keep turning your paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
It is. Cool beans. That's what we should just call them. Beans, beans, beans. Cool beans.
These don't cause any tooting.
No. Well, that's fabulous.
Look at that.
Deb says, yes, the blended beans are the best. Call them cool beans. I think so. I like that.
See, you can actually stamp over the top of them already.
All right, my arty friends. So I've got some work to do after the stream. And, yeah, so now I need to stamp those. I'll take those down. Okay. Some work to do. They will be in the shop here in a little while. I might have to have dinner, but maybe later this evening. Just give me a little time. Yeah. Thanks for hanging. And until, let's see, so today's Thursday. Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Until then.
Love you.
Like a
long haul.
Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging.